What's up guys, Ironhide City here, and tonight we are taking a look at Transformers Siege, Voyager Class, Soundwave, and Soundblaster. Now I've already reviewed these figures, so this is just going to be a comparison video. I just want to preface that. So I will not be doing the transformations on screen, but I will be showing you the differences and similarities between each figure in this video. So, excuse me. First off, Soundwave here, or this mold of Soundwave has been given this Cybertronian spaceship mode, which looks really cool actually. And in both decos, it just looks good. But personally, I have to give the edge to Soundwave overall in this mode because I just like his colors better. And especially in the G1 cartoon, I really liked his voice. I thought actor Frank Welker, if I'm saying his last name right, really did a good job with this character. So, major thumbs up to that actor. So, as I said, he is a Cybertronian spaceship and a really good looking Cybertronian spaceship at that. Now, you'll notice they can store their weapons on the ship on the sides here, which I'll show you on Soundblaster when my turntable turns around. So, as you can see, they do form like little missile pods, and I do have this one turned backwards. There we go. Now, they do have a gimmick of being able to hold cassettes, but if you notice here, and I'll actually turn Soundwave around, you'll notice Soundblaster here on the right, and I'll talk about this more in another mode, has a thicker chest door. Now, the little button here to activate this gimmick is right here on top, and it's the same on both figures. So just push this little gray button, and the cassette door will open. So I do have a cassette handy for demonstrating. So I'm going to demonstrate here using Ravage and Laserbeak, two of my personal favorite tapes. So now he has two cassettes on board. Personally, I like that gimmick. Now, I'm going to go ahead and transform these guys, so I will be right back with their next mode. And this is actually a fan mode, and I'll show you it in a second. So, all right, so now we have them in cassette player mode, and I would like to say that these are actually really cool modes. Now, these are just fan modes that a lot of people on YouTube have come up with. And personally, in this mode, I kind of give it to Soundblaster. Like, he's just really cool looking as a tape player. And I kind of think of these parts up here as speakers, to be honest. I wish there were some speaker details in here, but I'm sure there could be some stickers that could go in there. Who knows? But he looks really cool. And yes, the cassette gimmick still works. And he can actually hold 2 cassettes instead of just the normal 1. So there's Laserbeak in there. But on this one, getting the tape out is always a little tricky. There we go. Now on to Soundwave. Soundwave's cassette player mode is also good. And he used this mode quite a bit in Generation 1. And I do have this side mistransformed here. So, and again, the cassette gimmick still functions. Yeah, I'll use Laserbeak. So, Laserbeak can fit right in, and I believe Laserbeak and Ravage were two of Soundwave's most used cassettes, in my opinion. But really cool, in my opinion. So I'm going to go ahead and get these guys into robot mode, and then I'll be right back. So real quick, before I do the robot mode, here is another fan mode that he used in the pilot episode, More Than Meets the Eye, where he's like a Cybertronian lamppost. I don't think I have this transformed right, but this is reminiscent to how he looked when he first showed up in Generation 1, so just thought I'd point this out. Alright, so here we have the 2 figures in their robot mode. And right off the bat, you're going to see some major similarities between this duo. First off, their heads are almost the exact same. However, they're different colors. And the light piping is different. And show you what I mean here, I'm going to shine this little light here. My Soundwave's head is on a loose ball joint, so yeah. There we go. So there's Soundwave's light piping. And here is Soundblaster's light piping. Personally, light piping wise, gotta give the edge to Soundblaster because of that evil red. Like, the evil red eyes, really cool in my opinion. Now, the gimmick is the exact same as I said. So just push the button and the cassette pops out. And one thing that is cool here, and I'll demonstrate on Soundblaster before I give them their weapons. Sometimes he would have a communicator come out of his arm, but he doesn't have one built in. However, see these tabs here on his arm? Well, I would bet you that they can plug into Laserbeak's feet here. So I'm going to transform Laserbeak here. And it looks like he's got little tabs in there. So, yep, I am right. He can actually perch Laserbeak right on his arm. Though he will fall off sometimes. So he can have a Laserbeak drone up there with no problem whatsoever. So, overall, the posability for these guys is the same. Ball joints in the head, but Soundwaves is a little loose compared to Soundblasters. They've got swivels in the shoulders, actually double swivel. Swivel in the bicep, little over 90 degrees in the elbow, and their hands can go in. And I wish they incorporated like a little sensor that plugged in to the wrist here and an energon cube that can go over the chest here, which I think that's why that chest on Soundblaster is a little thicker, like he's making an energon cube. Torso swivel, forward and back hips on nice tight swivels. In and out again, nice tight swivel. Thigh swivels and very tight. Over 90-degree bend at the knee. And some ankle articulation. So overall, oh, forgot to do their weapons. Now they do have the same weapons, which I will angle down here for a second. So Soundwaves can plug, of course, traditionally, into the same spots as Soundblasters. But then this can actually be another little handheld pistol. But you can also take these and combine them. And I forget what the overall name of the combined weapon is. And I do not have the instructions handy for the name. So when I get that name, I will actually put it in the description, the combined weapon name. Oh, here I just found the instructions. Here, I'll look up the name real quick of the combo weapon for the set. It does not give a name to the combined weapon. Huh. Isn't that weird? Anyway, how this works is you'll take the tip from the normal gun and push it out. Take this gun right here and plug it in right here, and take the shoulder cannon and plug it into the back. And then he holds it like a really long sniper rifle. Gotta admit, that is a really cool sniper rifle. You know what? Kind of reminds me of a weapon out of the Legend of Zelda series. If anybody knows what Zelda game this kind of weapon resembles, let me know in the comments, please. And what game it's from, because I'd really like to know. So, overall, I have to give these guys a solid 10 out of 10 overall, recommendation-wise, because this is just an amazing group. Just amazing. And I love Transformers. They're amazing. So, if you can get these guys, I'm a little partial to Soundwave. Like, I love him. But Soundwave, or Soundblaster here is a really good retool. So, just whichever one you find, pick them up. Please tell me which one of these guys is your favorites in the comments. Now, for a quick size comparison, I'm going to stick Deluxe Scrap Metal right here next to them. And he is almost as tall as them. Almost. But here's another Siege. This is Springer. A little bit taller. Again, another good figure. Now, real quick before I go, there is one more little trick. These guys can hold some Micromaster weapons. So, I actually have one here in the lab with me. So I've got Soundwave here holding the Decepticon weapon I have, which is the Circuit Stream Spy Blade, which is a really cool set. And let me get one for you, Soundblaster. Actually, I do not have the other group. here. So, anyway, please tell me which one of these guys you like more. Personally, again, I gotta give the edge to Soundwave overall, but again, Sound Blaster's a good retool. So, this has been a comparison video for Siege, Voyager's Soundwave, and Sound Blaster. I'm Ironhide City 17. Have a good night. And once again,